Well, it's Saturday evening. It's really late. I don't want to be up that late. But there was a new feature to check out that I wanted to do with Dave. And so he said, "Hey, let's Ramble stream." And so here he is,
Sure
except we got
am.
one problem. We couldn't get the new feature to work.
Couldn't get it working,
So we figured
unfortunately.
we'll Ramble stream for a little bit anyway, because it's late and it's going to be a snowpocalypse here tomorrow.
Yeah, it
And
is.
I need to wake up early. Um, so but just kind of wanted to see how folks are doing. So Dave, want to describe what the cool feature of EV Mooks that we were trying to try out
So
was or
supposedly,
is
we're supposed to be able to stream on both of our channels
at the same
uh,
time?
at the same time, but unfortunately, it was not letting us.
I have this
So,
I can see the destinations. Well, now I can't because we're live.
right, we're live, but
Um, but I can't see
I'm gonna
we couldn't
I-
enable it
I'm gonna email them and find out
and
because
figure out what's going. Oh, here, hey, Mage, how you doing, man?
hey, Twice Dead.
Good to see you, buddy. I love the puppet icon. So yeah, so we couldn't get it to work, but we wanted to see if, and the way that it's presented is like if I stream to my channel and Dave streams to his, like multiple outlets, and people are commenting, they should all pop up in the chat,
Right.
which I think is cool. And I probably should like set up streaming to other things just to add to the chat a little bit. Or just add to destinations a little bit. But that's what. And Eric is here. Never cross streams. Thanks. Twice Dead Mage. Say hi to me before you even get commented. Well, we have two mages.
We do have two mages,
We
so
have two mages. Twice Dead Mage.
I
We
assumed
get
it was Twice Dead Mage because I was looking at my screen.
yeah. We got Merlin's or Mage's musings.
My hair is a mess.
Also, what's he saying? Merlin's Sturgandalordor. Why are you doing that to me, man? And we got Twisted Mage. Hal, you witch, burn the witch. America's here. It's so weird that people bump in when we just do these random streams.
I know.
And people are like, hey, let's go.
People just join in. It's like they know.
It's very
Sorry,
strange.
I have an itch.
That's okay.
I know you hate when people do this.
Well, no, you actually are trying to escape the scream. That's fine. So, and we're not like, and we almost didn't do this because we were like, my wife and I were like, hey, let's watch something. And it was like just after 9. We're like, all these movies are 2 hours. Let's not watch something. Because I would not survive until the end.
I'm upset that I did not get to see you that much at Page.
I know. I tried to stop by your booth every time I had a free.
You didn't have that many free month. You didn't have that much free time.
My Saturday was nuts. I had a little more free time on Friday. But not that much. I ended up. I did
we
too
didn't
much
even walk.
Dark.
We didn't even walk the vendor booth. We always walk the vendor booth together.
Yeah, I didn't take any. I took no footage. Actually, that's not true. The only footage I took was with my phone, and that's what was Pat's Marvel Superheroes. Actually, here's what is annoying me. Angle your camera down so that we're looking at each other.
No, because that messes up my stream.
I drink because it's really late. I'm high as a vegan cyclist in 70s on my sleep pills.
That better?
Yes, that's better. Like, this is a great comment from Twice Dead Mage. Just there are so many questions I have. The puppet's name is, let's see, Merlin Sturgandalador. We need to revoke you. I knew where all the names came from. I just couldn't pronounce it. Mate, come on, man. I should have my nerd card revoked, though. So, question: if an undead hosts an online stream, is it still live? Yes.
Yes.
That's good.
Somebody was selling these metal dice. They were like $25. I know it's not.
Pull back a little bit. Dude, are they like Triforce dice?
Yeah, kind of. Oop. I just lost one.
You lost the D4, didn't you?
No, D10. I got it.
Okay.
And then I got those ones from the same group, and then I decided to get these ones, which are
Oh, you got two sets. Look at you knocking all the dice out. Eric says that's so metal.
it is metal.
Dude, there's some nice. Oh, you can read the numbers on those too.
Yeah, and they were only $25.
And they're full size. Who is selling those?
The people right next to Gooey Cube.
Oh man, I didn't stop at that booth because I was talking to Gooey. So
So
yay. That was fun. Justin looked like he was going to get dice and then said, I don't need any dice. And everybody who was listening to him looked at him funny.
of course
Like
you need dice.
we don't understand that comment.
I typically don't buy dice. But see, I got paid Friday.
So you were like, I'm buying something.
I kind of overbought. Like,
you overbought?
I bought an adventure packet, just a straight adventure packet.
For what? What system is that?
It's a system neutral.
Okay.
Mostly OSR style.
Okay.
And then I bought a coloring book from Chet.
I love Chet's coloring books.
Chet was awesome.
Chet and I born on the exact same day.
I bought the D12 Horde Wars.
Who was selling that?
Horde Wars.
Where was that booth?
It was on the other side of my booth, but
like opposite of you. Okay,
down on the end. A simple wall calendar. I didn't really buy that, but I got it.
I you know what? I didn't get his one for this year, and I'm so upset about that. For that stands.
And then I bought Rose's adventure packet.
She donated one of those to the CleeseCon auction and signed it.
Nice.
20 there, and they're only $20.
She's a sneaky. I'm gonna when I talk to her on stream, I'm gonna say she's a sneaky devil.
Why? What'd you do?
She gave me the second book, so now I have to go buy the first book to read the second book.
You know she did that by accident.
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to pick on her for it.
She'll take that. She's awesome. All right, Twisted Mage has never heard of Horde Wars. I have to say that I have not either.
So it's a D12 system. It's pretty complicated. Like, it's not a rules light system.
Okay.
I would say it's very similar to like D&D as far as rules and depth. But what's interesting is it's a kind of like a talent tree type structure. So you can there's no real classes per se. You can kind of make your own own classes.
Okay.
Out of it. And they have a sci-fi version of the same system coming out in 5 months.
Okay.
I'm going to get them on. So I wanted to read the system before I got them on.
You're doing research before you have interviews? What a concept.
I am not doing it for Rose. I'm just kind of getting Rose on because I was like, when can you do it? She's like, I can do it. Here's the days I can do it. And she's like, oh, I can do it that day. And it's a week from now. And I'm like, I'll do as much.
What day are you doing it?
29th.
She's really easy to talk to.
Yeah, she is.
She's really, I mean, that was that I knew a little bit of, because I did a little research on her before my interview at Page. And she's just, she really knows how to do an interview.
Twisted Mage, the most complicated game I ever played was Burning Wheel.
Burning Wheel?
First edition.
I'd never even heard of that.
It's so realistic, and it's not a bad system, but like you have to look up rule table after rule table after rule table after rule table. And you know how I feel about that.
You love roll tables. I think the most complex system I have right now is probably the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book I just got back.
I almost bought that.
It's beautiful. I can't wait to read it.
Plan on yelling at Pete for getting ahead of
me. We were sitting at lunch and I'm going, I got to buy this. And it's only $40. I mean, it's like, or you have 3 of your players here and you have a birthday coming up. Just let us get it for you. I'm like, all right. So we walked over and got it. And then Dave's like, hey, look, I got this for you. I'm like, oh, shoot. And I couldn't just take it. So if I put it in, it's in the auction now. You got credit for it.
That's fine.
You've
I'm
you've
okay
you
with it being an
you've
auction.
you've made a hundred. You donated $140 worth of product. Oh, Mage, you didn't see that? Hold on. This is in my other videos. So Palladium did a re-release. It's basically Palladium like TMNT 1.5. So they cleaned up some stuff. They added Roadhogs, and they updated the trade dress. And so they had a full color version, and they had the red version. And I got the red version.
Yeah, I
And
debated about buying that.
I almost got both of them, to tell you the truth, because it's just beautiful. I mean,
I love
I
play.
mean, it's beautiful. So it looks really, really good. And that is my that's my purchase for Page. So we'll see. And
I
eventually I get
bought
to read
more
it.
than I usually buy. I usually don't buy this much.
I try to I try not to buy a lot because I don't have that much money.
To be honest, I usually don't have money. I usually have enough money to get there and to get home.
This is also correct. I had like last year I picked up, gosh, what did I pick up? I got my favorite set of metal dice. They were selling those for 35 and it was worth every penny because they're the best dice I've ever had. And then I got, where is it? Oh, this one. I picked up this last year,
I
which I
wanted.
still haven't,
I
which
should have got that.
I still haven't read. I just wanted to get it for Brian.
I got too many books.
Yeah. Well, things keep jumping ahead in the review queue, and it's sitting in my review queue, but things keep getting ahead of it.
Lack of money stops me buying when you have to get home and you're what 150 miles, 200 miles away
You're an
from your
8 hour
house.
drive away. You kind of
Yeah,
need to be able to get gas. Yeah. I was 30 minutes from home. Now normally what I'll do is like Jen will just give me permission and be like, okay, you can buy your Christmas present. Like, so at PAX Unplugged, I'll just go and whatever I get is my Christmas present.
right.
Although it's really weird because it's my Christmas present, also a tax write off, which is a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because
Oh,
I'm
I
buying
forget.
it for myself.
These are all text writers. I forgot.
Oh, you put them on stream. They're all tax write offs, man. TMNT's already a tax write off. I haven't reviewed it yet. So yeah, it was pretty good stuff. So that was a lot of fun. I did. I almost picked up a bunch of the Curse Scrolls. So that would have been very nice. I got a huge box, and you saw some of the things that Monty Cook had given us for the auction at GlazeCon.
Yeah.
We got the special edition covers of both Old Gods of Appalachia and the Magnus Archives, which are so Monty Cook books are usually notch case binding, so it's a hardbound book, and it is a glued binding, but it's not like a perfect bound. So they literally carve in these notches into
Yeah,
the
just
spine of
don't
the
drop them on the
signatures.
spine.
Don't drop them direct on the spine. But they notches in, they pour glue in it. So it's actually pretty durable unless you do what Dave did. And so it still has signatures, so you can see that on the side, but it's that. But for the special edition, there's 3 book ribbons in each, and it's stitch binding, and they look gorgeous. I mean, really, 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 really cool. And then we got all the white spine books for Monty Cook. I think every one of them. And
Sorry.
Numenera, Discovery and Destiny, and the 2 starter kits for Cypher and Numenera.
I bought the second edition of Cypher, so not a big deal.
Yeah.
So.
You backed the Kickstarter?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my biggest things to look forward to in this year. So,
Jason says he doesn't like it.
has he been playtesting it?
Uh-huh.
What doesn't he like about it?
We kind of talked about it. I don't know how much I want to say on stream.
Okay, I don't stay on stream because he might have privileged
Exactly.
information.
Correct.
I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's at least they describe. Oh yeah, Mage.
Oh yeah.
I'm on staff next year, like
You're
officially.
you're on staff next year, and I've already bought
Yeah.
my vendor booth. I think I was one of the first people to buy a vendor booth.
Yeah, this year I was unofficially on staff, because I ended up doing the bulk of the scheduling for the I don't know if it's glossy paper, Eric. That's the one thing they're shrink wrapped. So I was kind of like like just really kind of rando staff, because I was in charge of setting up and breaking down the stuff for the interview booth, and then I ended up doing the bulk of the scheduling, like really, really quick,
Ow.
um, which is why
Erie,
there were some holes on it. So
Erie Games just bought 2 spots in the
a
independent
page,
publisher. Yeah,
nice.
so they're gonna have 20 feet.
Was there any war game stuff at the con? So war games do get
Yeah,
their own cons. There's a big war game con out in Lancaster every year.
I mean,
Um,
they had, the BattleTech
Dwarven's here.
going on. They had some wargaming going
There's
on.
some wargaming stuff. I don't know if I've ever done anything in life
I've
officially.
never played on it, but
Yeah, I've never done officially. I mean, yeah, I will be an official. I'm officially staff next year. At least that's what Ron told me. I'm officially staff for Concoction. So at the end of May. So
I
I'm on
Ron
staff for
keeps asking me, and just because I'm doing EcclesiaCon,
it's hard.
I can't get the time off.
I know. That's one of I was struggling with that. Um, but I'm on staff for two conventions in May. Yay.
I mean, I would
What's
love to do it, but I just can't get the time off.
especially because you just started. I am
Mhm.
at the point with my channel that I need to make more in-person appearances and run games at cons. Yeah, if you do, do you run games with the puppets? Like that would be hysterical. Like you would be awesome. Off the
I'm
record, I am
officially
officially in oh my gosh. Twisted, I know very little of cons because there's none around me. I've been eyeing Conflict 47 for a while. Sonic Soviet sounds so much fun. Twisted, where are you again?
I don't think he's US, if
No,
I
he's not
remember
US. He's
correctly.
South America,
Yeah,
right?
South America, yeah.
So don't come here right now.
No.
No, don't come here right now. Um, yeah. Ear trumpet. You are so kind, ear trumpet. I do have puppets present at the table in ordering games at Claricon, but I don't use them mid-game. I would love to get to Claricon sometime. Sub in
Oh,
Chile.
Chile.
Okay,
Okay.
I knew you were South America.
I knew
Um,
it was this time zone, I just didn't know where.
kind of fun that you think about that. Another continent, same time zone. Um, I need to get up to Claricon sometime. I have to figure out a way to get off for that, which would be fun.
There's so
Um,
many cons that I wanna go to that
well,
I just don't have time.
it's the Dungeon Ministers little micro convention,
Mhm.
which gave me the idea to run a CleeseCon, and he stole my well, didn't steal my name. I'm upset because he came up with it first. So Claricon,
I
Sean is
got
gonna
TotalCon coming up in
Sean is
February.
gonna dress up like one of his presents. See, where is TotalCon?
Marlborough, Massachusetts.
My first church. I was the interim pastor in Palmyra, which is just south of it.
Yeah, I'm running 2 games there.
Nice.
I
And
should probably join some games to play, but
the dungeon minister is a very nice man, nice guy. Wes, are you going to DevilCon? It's full of interesting people. I can always count on you, Eric. Always count on you. Good man. Yes, Dungeon Minister is a very nice guy. I had him on the channel. We
yeah,
talked for a nice time. Everybody started asking us theology questions.
I know, I remember that. I watched it.
It was rather interesting. I was in my panel for theology, religion, and Dungeons and Dragons at Page, which was interesting because you never know um what type of crowd you're going to get to something like that at a big con, because you're going to get a lot of really anti-religious folk because they're upset that you're even there, which we did not get. or you're gonna get a whole lot of really they want a Sunday school class,
Right.
and they're expecting that, and they get upset because they don't get that. And we had a really interesting group because there was kind of like we had mostly people who were just curious about what the heck we were doing, which was kinda cool. There were a couple people you could tell that were very, 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 very conservative, and they didn't like we're like, "We're not doing like, we're trying to make this generic because we don't know whatever tradition's coming in, so we can speak from our tradition, but we're just talking about, like, the concept of theology, like, we're not doing evangelism here," and I don't think they like that at all. Then there was somebody else who was v very clearly struggling with faith and has been reading things um, and I think I'm not I think he just needed to talk,
Mm.
because he was in a very genuine place. He just needed to he put something out there that he was struggling with, which it didn't have anything to do with the topic, but he had 3 people that he thought were semi-authoritarian who could speak to something. So it was kinda interesting. You just never know, and then it was about as good a crowd as I could have hoped for at something like that, and I would do it again. So, he hates the way insurance is America. Yes, so do we.
Yeah. I hate a lot of things right now.
Yes, we've made healthcare for profit
Mhm.
and somehow convinced a lot of people that healthcare not for profit
Doesn't work.
means that we won't get stuff. I don't know. We've done a very strange backflip on it. Um, and I wouldn't come from South America right now because they might just, throw you in a detention center on the way into the country.
Or worse.
Or worse, with that shooting that happened out in Minneapolis again today. I wanted to be a priest when I was living. Faith has been important to me even after I stopped believing. Well, thank you. Faith's kind of important to me. I have a deep distrust of the organization that I'm actually helping to run, um, which I think is probably the healthiest way to be as someone who's a religious leader. So, yeah, but we had fun.
I find it funny that we're really good friends
Why?
because I'm very anti-faith,
Yeah, but
but it doesn't really come up between us. So,
but I'm not like you're not constantly like you suck.
no, that's true.
I mean, I would find that difficult to be friends with that. Um, because it's like, well, this is kind of like what I do.
I'd be
So it's kind of
difficult if you kinda just tried to change me every time. So, I appreciate
I'm
that you don't do that.
yeah, it's just this is who I am. So this
I just
informs what I do.
It's just something I feel strange. I don't Let me rephrase that. I don't feel that it's strange in our relationship.
Yeah,
I feel an outsider might see it strange knowing both of our
our
faith
backgrounds.
faith backgrounds, yeah.
And here's Mage. I am an atheist and he's a priest. Together we have wacky adventures in D&D land. And, and Dungeon Minister absolutely adores you. He
And,
thinks you're awesome.
honestly, that's, I've
Yeah,
it's very similar between me and Wes. So,
we are very, very good friends.
we
So
are.
Dave is one of my best friends. And that doesn't like I think a lot of for religious folks, a lot of times it's like, well, if you're not saying this all the time, how do you there's no way anybody can look at Father Aaron and like his Easter messages and his Christmas message and be like, this dude actually has like actual like defined beliefs. Like this is core to who he is. Um, but he's so secure in those beliefs that he doesn't have to go and beat people over the head with them when he keeps
Hey.
encountering folks who don't think the same way. Um, which is something that I've always kind of tried to emulate. Kind of with Mr. Rod. I kind of walk with Mr. Rogers. And yeah, well, healthcare was managed by nonprofits until the 70s. Thanks, Nixon, for that one. I will thank him the same way that we can thank Herbert Hoover from the Annie musical. Get your ear Trump or throw some holy water over him when you eat. I don't think David liked that. So
Uh, but, I'm kinda upset that we couldn't get this working.
I'm kind of bummed too. It would have been fun. We are planning a game at Padre's house. My regular OSU group, him and his kid, should be interesting. Oh, that's awesome, man.
That is awesome.
I hope it makes a channel to discuss a little bit with that. I think that would be a lot of fun. So, really, really good. And Twice Dead is part of my name is realer. Both times I drowned, I saw nothing on the other side. Maybe Sheol is the afterlife I went to. Who knows? I don't know. To me, it's just a mystery. Anybody who tells you that they know exactly what happens is kind of clueless.
Very much.
Um, so mystery, which is kind of built like the entire New Testament is basically about that. Like it's a mystery. We don't know. And then, we need to market it. So
Hey, I always
we'll figure it
appreciate
out.
people who can have faith in the lack of not yeah, lack of evidence. Like there's no evidence to show what's on the other side. So I appreciate people who have faith.
Well, I think it's such an interesting thing because the whole idea that faith is being what happens after you die, or the whole point of faith is being after you die, is a really modern concept.
It is.
It's not an old concept. It's modern. Especially when you read like writings out of church history, when you read heck the New Testament, it's always about new creation.
Right.
It's about so Christianity is weird in that it's about resurrection.
Right.
So like, hey, you're born into a new world where we don't have to deal with all that crap we deal with now. It'd be really kind of fun. Um, and that's what faith is, and it's to keep you walking towards that and trying to call people to the hope of this world
Correct.
made new.
I agree with Twice Mage. It's the
Yeah,
persistence of belief against all odds. I don't have that capability though.
yeah, it's one of
Twice
those
Mage.
things. It's a very it's a very real thing. Um, but we so oftentimes we screw it up. 'Cause
Mhm.
I think there's evidence for faith, it's just not the way that we've been taught to look for it.
Mm.
Because it's not it is you don't do a scientific experiment to get to faith, and the scientific method is admirable and awesome, and science is really way cool. And, it leads to things like realizing that our sun is not a first generation star, which just kind of blows your mind, right?
Mhm.
So, like really cool stuff like that. But, like, the evidence of faith is different. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons why, scripture is written or compiled, I should say, because it's not even one book, the way that it is. It's you have really in the beginning is this idea that humanity is created in the image of God. And you also have this whole idea that we kind of twisted in on ourselves pretty early on, and so you can still see those two threads working throughout human history, and we've defined it in whole different ways. So the Christian tradition will define it as like sin and godliness, or whatever you want, um, or goodness. And to me, the evidence of faith is when you see someone doing something good and beautiful and noble that gets recognized as stuff, even counting for the differences of how we define that across cultures, because cultures define good and beautiful in some very different ways. But when we have those things where you look at it, it's like there's something like noble and good about that. Like to me, that's evidence of faith that there's a meaning to a good act, even if it's not earth shattering or great or incredible. And I'll tell you one of the things that I've watched the last like 2 months as the world has spiraled into a toilet. On TikTok, I just get these dog rescue videos
Mhm.
of people just going up to dog. Of course, we humans created dogs, right? So, but one of the coolest things out of all of it is, um, there are shelters apparently where they have people just sit
So and
and the
dogs come up to
dog choose them. And there's something so good and wondrous and awesome about that there's some genuine good there that makes me think there's a meaning behind that good. You muted yourself. You're still muted.
I actually, was in a Discord and I didn't realize it, and then somebody joined, so I had to tell them I was on stream. That's why I muted myself.
I apparently accidentally converted my nephew-in-law to Christianity. I suggested he might research real religions for D&D game, and suddenly he's a believer. Well, that's an interesting one. So, have you seen tree walk on its own? I have not seen a tree walk on its own. That's kind of interesting.
I have. Didn't they figure out that it wasn't actually really walking those trees? They're just their root system's just so large that it just looked like they were walking?
That'd be kind of cool. Dogs and horses are the best human invention. Horses are another one that are really.
I don't know. I really like milk. I'd have to
What's
say
that?
cows are I really like milk. I have to say cows are pretty far up
Cows are up
there
there.
too.
Cheese is a really good human invention.
Mhm.
Um, we make and human creativity is what a lot of people would say is a
I don't
common
know if that's a
evidence for food.
good invention.
No, no, no. What?
Oh,
Cheese or human
no,
invention?
human creativity.
Oh, it can be. But see, human creativity is one of the really cool things because you get both sides of the coin.
You do.
You get the goodness and you get the selfishness, and then you go back and you look at Genesis and you see the people who are the first like metalsmiths and like musicians and poets inside scripture are from Cain's line, who are like evil and mean and nasty.
Mhm.
And it's that idea that like theologians have kind of looked at it and be like, okay, so you get these evil, mean, and nasty people, and yet they're still reflecting something awesome about humanity. It's that the creativity, and then we twist it in on ourselves and we figure out great ways to destroy each other. Um, so yes, it's kind of crazy.
I
Walking
have
Tree's going to
something
talk to you
to
about our
say.
Lord and Savior J.R.R. Tolkien. I love it.
I
So
am not a I am not a Lord of the Rings fan. It's just not. Especially the books. The
I got
movies
I
were okay, but the books, I really can't get into the books. The Hobbit, I'm okay with The Hobbit, but Lord of the Rings,
I don't know how to talk to you now.
I know.
It's a little weird.
It's
Heresy.
heresy. I
It's
know, but I cannot get into those books. I have tried reading them 1,000 times, and as soon as I get to
Dave, I thought
the
we were friends.
third as soon as I got to the 3rd camp where they're talking about nothing, they're doing nothing, I was like, "I'm done."
Okay, I will like I think most people who are editors, the books are amazing and need to reread them. The books are amazing. You don't edit Tolkien. There are segments where like probably didn't need that third description of something. Um, and I will say the first time that I'd read the trilogy, I got halfway through Two Towers and got to the Taming of Smeagol chapter. And I was like, I put it down for like until I was in college.
I mean, I've heard somewhere recently that he didn't even wanna write Lord of the Rings, he wanted to write The Hobbit, but they made him write Lord of the Rings first.
Hmm.
So,
It's kind of crazy. It's a very, the language is, it's why you don't edit Tolkien is because the language is explicit. And I thought that was really interesting point too, Twisted Mage. Um, it is exquisite. I will tell you that the Silmarillion is one of the most rewarding books, like pieces of fiction I've ever read. And it is not an easy read. It really is not. But there's something very wild about reading that history of Middle Earth, in the first and the second age, and that
I
long
disagree,
defeat.
Merlin. There
What's
are
that?
many, many artists who put out a lot of things that they have no desire to do.
Well, yeah, but not such a work as that.
Mm,
You don't put out The Lord of the Rings if you have no desire to do it. I mean, J.R. Tolkien made The Lord of the Rings because he just wanted to invent languages.
right.
He had a very particular and peculiar mind. I'm gonna go with Mage on one. So,
I'll
I
give you
got you, buddy.
Token,
I
but
got you.
I'll give you Token, but I know artists that produce stuff that they don't have no desire for.
That's I no, I totally understand that. He's saying you don't create a work like this.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't write Silmarillion unless you really wanted to do it.
Oh, yeah, some are in,
Like,
definitely.
just no. You don't write I mean, you don't write Lord of the Rings unless you really want to do it. This dude had genealogies for these things. I mean, he was like the ultimate world builder. Um, Killing Joke was contractually obligated and more disliked it. Wow, I didn't even know that. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I mean, he really did like Tolkien really did make Silmarillion to be or feel like oral history. Um, Very much so. Because you like
If you're
the
not as wordy, Elder Goblin, I'll read your fan fiction. I have the same problem with Charles Dickens. I have trouble reading Charles Dickens because he's so wordy. And I know why he was wordy, and I understand it, and I just because he's so wordy, my ADHD just can't focus.
yeah, it's not something that sucks you in. I have problems with Shakespeare.
Okay, I have no problem with
I can't
Shakespeare.
as see, I'll get to the cadence the of the lines
Doom, doom, yep.
and yeah, and it for some reason it trips me up. I get bored with it. Even though I'm doing ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And I appreciate Shakespeare very much. I can watch Shakespeare.
Oh, I appreciate Tolkien.
I just can't read them.
I very
So
much
old literature
appreciate
can be slow
Tolkien, I
because they were
just can't
paid
read
by the
them.
word.
Yeah, they were paid by the word.
Got to get that description in there. Les Mis is a chore to read on a bridge that needed an editor. Yeah.
On top of that, most of Charles Dickens' words were in episodic, so technically, he would rewrite descriptions of what happened so people would remember what happened. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of repeat in it.
Mhm. Cervantes, so I can't really judge you too. I mean, you can judge anyone you want. It's not often productive. So that's fun. But I like Tolkien and I love Lord of the Rings.
The
Those
movies,
movies.
I love the movies. I think they're great.
There's no elves at Helm's Deep. That's one of the things that I was upset about. No elves at Helm's Deep. I understand it's a different medium, but there's no elves at Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Fun. And Return of the King, I actually will go and I'll put on the Charge of the Rohirrim over and over and over again and just watch it from beginning to like beginning right until they go down because that scene is like that is the height of drama for me.
I agree, Twice
Um,
Mage. You shouldn't read a play like a book. You should read it like an actor.
yes, and I try. That's what I try to do, and I get into the cadence of it, and for some reason it distracts me, and I don't know why. Because normally I'm very good at that, but for some reason I've always had a trouble with Shakespeare. There's a couple of writers that kind of get into a poetic style um, that I have struggles with. I have struggles reading, part the Tolkien, like the long poetry sections in Tolkien. Sometimes, for some reason, I get into the cadence of it, and my mind wanders, and it's always done that. And I don't know why.
Mm.
I was reading it. There's a devotional reader from the Middle Ages, Teresa of Avila, who wrote a book called The Interior Castle, and it was literally the only book in college that I read that I could not finish.
Mm.
And I went to my teacher, and he's just like, "Yeah, you're fine, Wes." It's like, "It's not for you right now." I'm like, "Okay, that's good," because it was driving me nuts that I could not get into this book.
No, I definitely agree with Merlin. There were some bad Shakespeare.
I mean, he's writing for the audience, right?
Right.
So, 3 good things to say
But
about the Hobbit trilogy. Wait, 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 wait. The Hobbit trilogy. We're dishing on the Hobbit trilogy. We got to get this. The music landscape of the first one, fine. Bilbo's casting, yes, that was good. The Radagast got to play a role in the story. Eh. I'll take away 3. Bilbo's casting was great. Musical landscape of the first one. Sometimes I by the middle of the first one, when they were escaping Goblin Town, and it became this like nonsensical farce of a chase scene, I was just like, "Oh no, they're padding." But I will say now, I think the best part of the Hobbit trilogy is Riddles in the Dark because they nailed that scene. Like that scene was perfect. So most of my grasp of Shakespeare afterwards when I got into performing. I think if I ever tried to perform Shakespeare and I had one role to play, I would like that.
so
They lost me at Morgul Arrows.
since you guys all seem to be big Lord of the Rings fans, how did
The
how did you guys take the video game, the one where it's about the guy and who made the ring? Oh, what is it called? Oh,
video game?
yeah, it's a video game.
Never played it.
Mm.
I cringe at the excesses. The extended Battle of Five Armies. You mean the entire movie, The Battle of Five Armies? Was awful. Oh, it was terrible. And the CGI from coming from the CGI from the early 2000s for the Lord of the Rings, and then to see that just garish stuff that they did for the Battle of Five Armies with the dwarves coming through. Oh, it was awful. I almost didn't go back to see the Battle of Five Armies. One of my friends told me I was going to see it, and I was going to, and he was paying. I was like, all right, fine. I did not buy my ticket for it.
Oh, Shadow of
Bilbo Tucker.
Mordor. That's what it's called. Shadow of Mordor.
I did not see that. I
Shadow of
never
War. They made
never
2.
played that.
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Um,
Shadow of Mordor. There you go. Hey, hey, just got back from Clue. I don't know what Clue is, Dave. I enjoyed spending time in the world. So you enjoyed that it was extending the world. That's fine. I will tell you the um the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon. I never finished season 2. Legend of whatever the ring, whatever the name of the series
oh,
was.
the Clue, the stage version. Yes.
Oh, you were
Clue.
Clue stage version? Oh, that's at Philly, right? It's on that's on Walnut Tree Theater right now. I took voice lessons there. So I got bugged that an orc became immortal. That's my memory of Shadow of Mordor. Don't screw with the lore knowledge of Tolkien fans. They get upset about that. Oh, it's at the forest. Thank you. The Fate of the Fellowship board game is fun. Oh, that actually sounds good too. We have 7 people watching us, Dave.
Now,
It's
we
crazy.
always have a lot of people watching us when we're
I
just
don't know why it's
randomly.
10:20. I got to go to bed.
You do.
So
You got to get up. I don't have to.
I never started season 2. I just don't trust Amazon. So Rings of Power. The first season. It was okay. I loved Galadriel. I thought they did her really, really good. First season, I liked seeing Numenor at the height of its power. It would have been nice to see it um, a
They don't
little
get
bit
notified,
before.
Merlin.
Yeah, they don't get notified. It's YouTube sucks anymore. So I would have liked to see it in the first season of Rings of Power. I'd like to see Numenor before it started falling to darkness, because you're right there at that point. So you had the faithful already running around.
Hmm.
Um, I thought the end reveal of who Sauron was, that was kind of cool. and I liked seeing Moria before it fell. So there was really nice stuff the first season of Rings of Power. The second season of Rings of Power, and I did not like Elrond, the person they cast for Elrond. I just thought he was too young. Um, and I know he's an elf and he lives forever. It just he didn't convey that wisdom. And then the second season, I didn't care about any of the characters. Like I didn't care. Didn't care that these rings are being forged, or that the city is being destroyed, or that the first orc is killed and that Sauron comes back to take over. I just didn't care anymore. Like I didn't feel for the fate of any of these characters. And the Gandalf side quest just didn't make any sense to me at all. So, so I just stopped watching. I got bored with it. I fell asleep I fell asleep during one of the big siege episodes, and I'm like, I don't like this, and I just turned it off. And
And
so that's
I
kind of where I was.
I agree with Jordan. I think
What's
the
that?
biggest problem with most modern television is there's 10 directors and they're not talking to each other.
10 directors and 40 writers.
Yeah.
It did feel disconnected, Russ, disrespectful. I don't know if I would say that, but it definitely felt rushed. Well, and here's the other thing is they didn't even have the rights to the Silmarillion. They only have the rights to the appendix from Return of the King. So it's crazy. You don't like the movies either. Okay. They were made over in your hemisphere, Trumpet.
Hey, someone, yeah.
So,
Um,
but yeah, it was kind of fun. I
I
and
think that's why I don't.
they
I
are
think
based on
that's why I
Mexican
don't.
history
I think that's why I don't put elves and dwarfs in most of my games.
because you're trying to get away from Tolkien.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. The stakes weren't properly established. They were at Dave. Absolutely, they'd spent a whole season in Prelude, and the stakes were never really established at all.
Hey, since it's
Um,
hard to get a hold of Dave, hey Dave, get a hold of us so we can get on your show before February.
oh, that's right. We need to do here. We need to talk about this
The Orshin incident.
because we're releasing it. It should be fun. But elves and dwarves are the best. Well, yeah, but you're a goblin. You like to eat them. I don't know.
Um, but yeah,
So
so we have. Does that say? Okay, 7 days. I'm like, I thought it said 87 there for a second. I'm like, wait.
7 days. No, and I actually
All right.
have the right link up. We have 53 people that are currently set
Nah,
up
I'm
to
just kidding, Dave.
before February. Yeah, just kidding. We're sleeping. By
If
February
you can
2nd,
do it, great. I'll
I don't
send you my schedule and see
I
what you
don't
can
have
do.
time before February.
No, but I
So
could go on and talk about it.
that is true. All fantasy underlined long shadow of Tolkien. The man was, yeah, that is the statement. And I mean, Gary Gygax really wanted D&D to be sword and sorcery. And what did people always complain about? This doesn't feel like Tolkien. So, but yes, we are doing the Orshin incident. Easy D6, uh,
Ironbound.
Grimwood, Ironbound, and Index Card RPG,
Uh,
which is what it was originally written for. We're going to edit now. Can we do a group chat after this? No, because I'm going to bed, Dave. I love you very much, but I gotta go to sleep. So,
I'll send you my schedule, Dave. And I'll send it to you too, Urban. And
oh yeah, we gotta go on Dwarven's thing.
you guys can tell me if what days works for you.
Yep. So we're looking forward to this. This is I first off, I'm really excited because Dave did an incredible layout. He's commissioned some really freaky, cool looking art. Um, and oh, not immediately after this. Yes, we can do a group chat at some point. And then and he's doing the conversion for Easy D6, which I think you've already done, right? And for your
Yeah,
Grimwood
pretty
game,
much, but I haven't written it down. But I know how to do it, so
Trumpet. Thank you. You're very kind. So Trumpet is
um
fun. And so this is gonna be fun. And this will be I'm kind of excited because not only did Dave do this incredible layout, this will be my first published work in the space.
It will be.
So I'm kind of psyched. And
Uh,
Dave gets all of it. So he put all the work in and put all his money out to do this and did an incredible job. So Seven Delving Sins conversion. Do you have sci-fi rules for Seven Delving Sins just yet, uh, Jorvin? That would be good.
just get the sci-fi rules in. I mean, I have to create sci-fi rules for the Ironbound.
It'll be fun. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. Thank you, Mage. This is Dave's your third or fourth.
Third,
This is his third Kickstarter. So he's doing
but backer kit. This is my third backer kit.
third backer
I
kit,
am
yes.
doing Mass Pause is going to be a Kickstarter, I think.
How comes?
I want to see if I do better
Okay.
because the places that are on backer kit, unless they have a huge following, they don't do nearly as well as the people on Kickstarter who don't have as big of a following. And I think it's because more people go to Kickstarter to see what's going
Kickstarter's the
on.
default. We call all crowdfunding campaigns Kickstarters.
Hmm.
So that makes complete sense. I think it'll be good. Everybody just then goes to backer kit for the fulfillment.
Seven Dying
So,
Suns. I like it.
oh,
Let's
I
do it,
like that.
Jordan.
All right, Jordan, we're gonna have to do it on stream with Scrat, Dave, and I, and we're gonna knock out the sci-fi rules for your game.
No, don't let them. They'll make it so you can't roll.
No, he's already got the roll mechanics in. We can't screw with that anymore. So
Uh,
so Scrat and I messed with Dave's head enough and backed him into a corner. And so now he has a game where he doesn't roll dice.
I could change it.
I'm really proud. No, you
I
can't
could
take that
change
away
it
from me.
I could change it very easily. Um,
The problem is the game works really well with you not rolling dice.
I know. But it would work just as well if I rolled dice too. It's just having it player faced is better.
It really flies. So Matt, for folks who do not know, Masked Paws,
Which
PAWS, is Dave's anthropomorphic animal superhero game,
yes,
and it's awesome. Bye, Dave. So
it's getting there. It's not quite there yet.
it's awesome.
I've got to hire the artist as soon as I get paid.
Very good.
So
So for like there's no hit points in the game. Everything is team based, and you're trying to rack up as many successes as possible. So essentially, the game becomes this absolute. It's the game is like the last fight in um, Endgame because
it,
you have to go for broke.
yeah, I mean, it feels like if you don't work together, you won't be successful.
Correct. You have to do fastball specials.
Um, you
I
have
am
to work together to make it working.
so I'm Seven Dying Stars is a better ring. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Um, so I what I want to try to do with the mechanics as I get more linked is I want to get into how to do the investigatory kind of
Yeah, I'm
superhero segments with the
um
mechanics because it's really possible.
it's possible. I built it so you could.
Yeah.
And I actually have rules on it now.
Oh,
So
cool. So I have to go back and read the next version, the last version.
yeah, I haven't sent out the first version to you yet. Um, but it works very similar to what you're currently doing. It's just you build on it.
I had set it up because I ran a stream on superhero games for Dave and company, and it's basically said how many successes is going to explain how much evidence you get, and it's going to unlock different things for your next step, which I thought was kind of cool.
I need to find somebody else to run games for me on this because I'm not a very good superhero DM.
I mean, I'll let me read it a few more times. I can try to play test it.
I'm
I th-
just
I
I'm
think
just not a good superhero
Scrat would be good at
except
it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the system that I have trouble running. It's
It's
I don't
the
have ideas for
for the genre.
superheroes for the genre.
Yeah.
I struggle with coming up with concepts of plot and stories for it. I can come up with the characters all day long. Like I can come up with supervillains, I can come
Mhm.
up with their minions, I can come up with their henchmen all day long.
But now what do I
But
do with them?
now what do I do with them? And I think my iceberg is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Um I
That's
just wish it
fun.
I wish I could like figure out how to do investigation a little bit better in it.
Well,
Um,
after the first fight, if you put in a sub scene for investigation to kind of send them in a different direction,
yeah, I just haven't figured out how.
give them different boons for how many successes they do. Like drop evidence, and they have to have certain amount of successes to find it, and then have a sliding scale. And if they get to this one, they get that many boons, and they get to the next one. The next one, they get a little bit more boons. Bye, Jorvin.
Bye, Jordan. We're gonna be getting off anyways because
I'm losing my voice and I go to bed. I gotta
somebody
wake up
has
early.
to wake up early. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is fun. I wish we would have gotten the secondary stream to work, but we'll figure it out.
yeah, we would have been on sooner had we been able to get it working. We
I
spent a long
know.
time trying to get it working. I'm gonna email them, find out.
Yes, good. That's one thing I have struggled with EVMux. The only thing is that their help system is weird. And you could make 4 games depending on if you want Pulp Heroes, Golden Age, Silver Age, or Bronze Age. Yes, you could. I love the superhero genre.
I don't understand the difference between Pulp Heroes, Golden Age, Silver Age, or Bronze Age. I don't have enough experience in storytelling in these in superheroes.
So Pulp Heroes is like the original like Superman comics, where he's just going after bad guys with guns. Like Superman did not originally fly.
Right, he
He's just
jumps.
a strong man who could
Yeah.
jump. So that's like the original Batman, like real short, pithy, not a whole lot of arcs. It's just this to this to this to this to this, and we're dealing with very grounded things. So Golden Age is like is like the I'm trying to figure out Golden Age would be
Where would you think Mass Pause would fit in this?
oh, it's Bronze Age.
Okay, is it Bronze
It's
Age?
it's much more modern, yeah. So Golden Age would be like the World War II heroes, like the invaders, like the original introduction of Captain
Like
America,
Captain
the
America,
Android
Droid,
Human Torch, the Golden Age Green Lantern.
Iron Man, that type of thing.
So you know the big square jaw types of heroes, who are truth, justice, and the American weighing things. And then Silver Age is like the introduction of like the heroes that we think of now, which is like Spider-Man, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, the renewal of Captain America, X-Men is Silver Age when they get introduced. Um, and then where Bronze Age starts is kind of like where the argument is. It's like, does it start in the 90s when you have like Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld kind of take over artwork for the X-Men and kind of change the way those books and completely work. And that's kind of where you get the more gritty takes on superheroes.
So Frank Miller type that his darker
Frank
stuff would
Miller,
probably
his
fall
darker
into that?
stuff. Timeline, he's Frank Miller, was he writing in the 90s?
Yeah,
Like
roughly.
I'd throw Frank Miller stuff into bronzes, but you're not like Frank Miller is different too because you're not necessarily talking about superheroes, unless you're talking about the Batman stuff.
Well, that's not true. He
So
did Daredevil, he
he
did
did do
Spider-Man.
Daredevil. Yeah, okay, Daredevil. But Daredevil, yeah, I would say that's Bronze Age. Like when it gets really dark, like Deadpool is Bronze Age.
Yeah, okay. So that's more of
Venom is
like
Bronze Age.
okay.
Um, People will argue about that all the time as to where that split is because it doesn't have
So
that gap that exists between Golden Age and Silver Age. Because Golden Age,
okay,
like superheroes died, and then they
right.
came back with like the reemergence as Marvel kind of took off. So, yep,
Watchmen is Bronze
yeah,
Age.
Watchmen's is Bronze Age, definitely. which is an incredible graphic novel, by the way. So in the Silver Age, we started to go heavy with the recurring villains. This is also true.
See, I have a lot of knowledge about different comics, but I have no like historical knowledge of comics. Like
Yeah, I was obsessed with this stuff. So
lore wise, I'm like I know a lot of lore on the characters, but I have no idea when that lore actually came into place or how.
gotcha. I literally collected Marvel Saga when I was in middle school,
I
which
lived
is
in
just like,
Maine. There was
which is like,
no real good way to get comic books.
you literally would have to get them mailed to you. So,
Yeah,
all right, Dave, I need to go to bed. It's
go
way
to bed.
late, and we've been up here for an hour. So, um, but I wish we would have gotten that done. It was fun to talk about Lord of the Rings and all sorts of different interesting stuff, and end with masked balls. So that was kind of
Yeah.
fun.
Um,
Yay!
Ecclesiacon game submissions are on open, right?
And badge
So
sales are open. I need to put
and
that
badge
down too.
sales. So make sure you
Ticket sales
guys
are not open yet.
go join.
Yep, yep, yep. There was a time
I
when
I
newspaper
need to
strips were high-paying
I
jobs.
want I want to get my son into the Ron's play.
I don't he has not submitted it yet. I don't know if
Yes, he
he's
did.
running. Oh, did he
Play
really?
Roma. It's there. He
Okay, so we're
submitted
gonna
a couple different versions.
remind me that we need to have volunteers to help chaperone for that thing so he doesn't take a nap under a table again. That's
He
awesome.
has it's a couple times.
Oh, did he really put it in?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to set up a camera and video him doing it. I thought he was gonna crawl away. So, all right, guys, listen, you're all awesome. Thank you for being on here, and I'm going to bed. So, Dave, have a good weekend. Stay warm, and I hope I don't wake up to 4 feet of snow tomorrow. So,
Yeah, it's a possibility.
stop. Be quiet. All right. Until we see each other again, folks. Happy playing, everyone.
Bye all.